It's your favorite coach's favorite coach, Steph B, here to share with you my top 3 books for productivity. 3 books that have really helped me in 2024 to build my productivity, overcome procrastination, and really modify my behavior in a way that helps me to produce more of the things that I'm looking to produce. First up on the list, Atomic Habits. I encountered this book first maybe, it's probably been 1 or 2 years. And the reality of any real type of change is it's all about your habits. What are you doing on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, right? And do those activities lead toward or detract from your goals? It's all about behavior modification, right? You have to change what it is that you're doing. So if your habit currently is to get up, turn on the TV, go drink coffee, and that's your morning, in order to add a workout in there, you have to actually change your habits. The biggest thing I picked up from this book that I really, really loved is the thought process on incremental change. So I was undertaking a really big body modification or body composition, recompositioning essentially. And it required me to change my nutrition, the way I was eating, the things I was consuming. It required me to change my activity level, my workouts, add resistance training, run longer. Lots of change. And look up the elephant in the rider, the allegory of the elephant in the rider. Just look it up, just look it up. I'm just throwing that in there for you. Okay. However, so my elephant, my mammalian brain, my lizard brain, my reptile brain was like, hell no. Hell no. We're not changing all those things at one time. Are you tripping? Yo, get them Doritos. I realized through Atomic Habits that the smallest change possible, right? Don't get right out of the bed and head to the gym for 2.5 hours. That's my normal today. But when I started, it was right here in bed, just do some crunches. Just stretch right here. My elephant says, oh, that's easy. Is that it? Cool. Well, hey, how about we just get right here? Just get right here and do some quick push-ups right next to the bed. Boom. 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 Yeah, that's all I got is 3. Don't judge me. But you liked that form though, didn't you? Hey. Anyway, back to my point. Once I'm right here next to the bed, I'm doing some push-ups. I add in some sit-ups. Next step, let's put on the sports bra. Let's get ready to go. The point is, it's easier to go from 15 minutes of exercise to 30 minutes to an hour versus 0 to an hour. That's what Atomic Habits did for me in sharing about incremental change. Hey. Book number 2, Eat That Frog. Okay, so I know you've heard the saying like there's only one way to eat an elephant, and that's one bite at a time. Eat That Frog is a little bit similar, but it is all about helping you overcome procrastination. So at some point I heard this quote, procrastination is like masturbation. They both feel good until you realize you only fucking yourself. What I realize about procrastination is that it absolutely robs us of, the thing that we're supposed to do. For instance, let me give you a real world example about how this procrastination is killing me. I passed the CPA, so I'm a certified public accountant, and I passed that exam in January of 2020. It was a long and grueling process. I had to overcome defeated thinking, get my mind right, and change my study plan. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna write a book all about it. I'm gonna sprinkle the knowledge for the leader breadcrumbs for the people coming behind me. That was 2020. 2020 passes. 21. We into COVID. 2022. 2023. Still no book. And then all of a sudden, the CPA exam has changed now. They no longer test the way that I tested. So now it's 2024. I'm like, well, I'll be damned. Like the information, I mean, my story, of course, still has value. Yes, I had to overcome that mindset. But the truth is, the process for the test is now different. The environment is different. The testing environment, the requirements are different. So that book will not have the intended impact that it was supposed to have because of my procrastination. Back to Eat That Frog. Eat That Frog is all about overcoming procrastination by hard charging right into the thing you don't want to do and doing it first. First of all, there are two things that are completely opposite of the way that I'm doing life right now. One thing is to never do a lower benefit task when a higher benefit task remains undone. So if you're looking for your task, each one of us has a list of things where some of those activities will give us returns upon returns, such as my book, my intellectual property, my passive income streams. Okay, let's get into that language, the business language. Well, that work should not come at the expense of my time. Time is it's precious, it's priceless, and we do not get it back. So every hour needs to be accounted for properly. The other thing he said to do was the biggest, ugliest, hairiest, disgustingest frog. That big ass motherfucker. Eat it first. I mean, I can taste the frog that I don't want to eat. It's there waiting for me every day when I get up. It's blank white paper. The disc training sessions that I haven't booked. The books that I haven't written. You get my point. Now I have to invert my day-to-day process. We always think, I'm going to just do these few quick things first, and then I will have time to write. That's what's in your mind. Okay, I'm just going to answer these quick emails. I'm going to file my tax return. I'm going to just open up the bills. I'm going to rearrange my mail. I'm going to clean off my desktop. And after I do all these things, then I'll have time to write. It's a lie. You don't have time to write. You do not have time to do it. That's the big ugly frog. You have to eat it first. Last but not least, book number 3, The 12-Week Year. One of my coworkers recommended this book to me. I was just talking about goals. So I've shared with you already that I've got several book projects going on. My training company, coaching, public speaking. Of course, I'm in the Army Reserves. I have a full-time job in the Department of Defense. So my life, looks a little bit crazy. And, that procrastination thing we just spoke about a moment ago, what happens is it starts to pile up undone things, right? And so now here I am at a point in life where I feel I need to just get so much more bang for my buck in terms of how I'm spending my time. I realized that I had to get more accomplished in less time. I had to shorten up the time span for production. This 12-week year is really a shift in mindset and in planning time horizon. Most of us have an annualized thought process. What are we doing right at the new year? We're making a New Year's resolution, things that we want to get accomplished in that 12 months. Well, the 12-week year collapses that 12 months down into 12 weeks. One of the problems with a 12-month planning horizon is that you think you have more time than you really do. You can get to March with nothing done and think, oh, I'm still cool. I have the rest of the year, I have 9 months left, no problem. Right around May, June, July, you start thinking, yikes, half the year is gone. I might want to get started. And then in that last quarter of the year, that's when you are balls to the wall, pumping it out, producing at your highest and best level. Now, what if that 12-month time period was just 12 weeks? What would you have to do each week and each day to produce in 12 weeks what most people would produce over 12 months, over a year? My first 12-week planning session, I decided to take it, January, February, March. That was a dry run. It was a rehearsal. I'm going to tell you, I put finished CPA manuscript in that first 12 weeks. I didn't get that shit done. However, what I did do though was attack each day with the ferocity that was different for me. My days aren't like, oh, okay, well, I've got time to, previously I might have spent, 20 minutes on social media in the morning. That time is reduced now down to 2 to 5 minutes. I have an actual timer. I work in what I call heats or sets of 25 to 50 minutes, just depending on what task I'm working on. I will actually set my timer for that 25 or 50-minute sprint, and then I get to it. The biggest frog, the biggest, nastiest, hairiest, most disgusting frog, now I'm starting to bite-sized chunk that thing down. The point is, the 12-week year, it's not thinking annualized then and making it by quarter, because you're still having that one goal for the year, and then you're breaking that goal down by quarter. What I'm suggesting and what the 12-week year suggests is at 12 weeks, that should be your first year. What do you want to accomplish in year one, which ends March 31st? What do you want to accomplish in year two? That wraps up this edition of Steph B with 3.